Hello, welcome to another video of Master League factions. This week we're playing against our friends, Wasted Potential, and it's always fun playing against them. I usually have a good record against them. This week might be a little bit different. Let's take a look real quick at the matchups we have. I'm playing against Chimo, if I'm pronouncing that right. I met him in Frankfurt. Yeah, he's a nice guy, and always fun to play people you know, right? I also know that he has a very stacked roster for Master League, so it's very tricky to anticipate for that. I just went with the safest option, which is Dialga Zacian Core. Probably very boring, but very, very flexible. But the one thing that really made it difficult for me here is his Primarina, because my Landorus and Mamoswine were kind of supposed to counter Togekiss or Sylveon. Well, Sylveon also almost faints to an Avalanche from Mamoswine, right? But Primarina is the one thing that Mamoswine doesn't do that great against. So I have Dialga that loses the 2 shields. Zacian does so. Zekrom loses hard, only wins the zeros, right? Because I one-shot with a Wild Charge. Landorus has some play, but also faints in the 2 shields. And only Melmetal can beat Primarina consistently. So I have a big problem in that. Plus he has Mewtwo, and I don't have a Dark type. So I'm expecting Mewtwo every single game from him. Right? Mewtwo, Melmetal, those 2 are very dangerous. So pretty unfortunate team conform here. But I have a shot, right? My Dialga is looking pretty good, I feel like. Even like you get at least damage or shields against basically everything. So let's take a look at this first game. I lead my Landorus into his Melmetal, which is very fortunate for me. And he safe swaps into Mewtwo. I answer with Dialga immediately because this is my Mewtwo answer, the only Mewtwo answer. I'm running Thunder. I think they probably predict that as well, because I need to one-shot Primarina when necessary. And I also predicted either Focus Blast or Flamethrower. Focus Blast probably better to just nuke and one-shot things like Dialga and my own Melmetal. Flamethrower could be a surprise for my Mamo or Melmetal, but yeah, he chose for Focus Blast. I'll just double shield Dialga, farm this down, keep alignment. Right, this looks fine. I'm not in superpower range as well, so that's really good. This is looking pretty good for me. Now, we don't know the moveset yet on Melmetal, right? I'm gonna swap here, keep the energy. I don't really like it to throw it on Melmetal. But this Melmetal has a little surprise for me, and I think this cost me this game. Because Flash Cannon does a ton there. I'm gonna throw the Wild Charge before he takes me out with the superpower already. Which I'm not sure is smart, because I also charge my boss there, so... but they get the farm down here, barely. Very unfortunate I don't get to my Wild Charge, because that will put him in Stone Edge range. Right, I'll have to answer with my own Landorus there. And I think, now that I saw the charge move boss, that actually explains a lot. Because I want to catch the second Stone Edge here, right? I'm counting his moves very thoroughly. I know exactly where he's at. But I missed one apparently. Because you'll see here... right, the Stone Edge comes through, and I failed to catch on my own Dialga, because I think because of the charge move pause, I may have missed a mud shot now that I'm looking back at it. Not good for me. He has a shield, I have so much energy here, and if I don't throw, he will superpower me as well. So that doesn't look great. He lets it go. It's gonna clean up with the Melmetal. A superpower does about 51% against Dialga, and I have a lot of energy. Now, if he superpowers, my Iron Head will faint, will take him out. But he has 2 Iron Heads, so... I think swapping in the Zacian, not throwing my Thunder here into the Melmetal, that really made it difficult for me. Because Zacian definitely had, most likely had more play against Atlantis, so... that's unfortunate for me. I guess we know the moveset of that Melmetal immediately. And even though he reveals his moveset, I expect him to bring it again anyway. Just because it's his only hard Dialga answer. Even Landorus is an iffy matchup, right? Because you have superpower. And Primarina has to double shield. So I am expecting that Pokemon again. So let's see. skip ahead a bit. Here we go. This time I lead my Dialga into his Melmetal. Very bad lead for me. But I have a good save swap with his Landorus. Now you'll see my moveset on the Landorus is Earthquake. The reason why Earthquake makes me win the 0 and the 1 shields against this Primarina. But Primarina can't 2 shield through anything. And that's annoying. That's very annoying. I also don't have my Melmetal with me, so I don't have anything to catch his charge move on. Though I probably don't want to catch a Hydra on Melmetal as well, because that's what they might be running, right? So they charm me down here. Not great for me. I did have a Wild Charge on my Zacian. I feared Melmetal not as much, so I didn't have close combat. Wild Charge would also hit Melmetal pretty well. I'll take this Moonblast. I'm gonna go all shields on Dialga, because I am predicting Mewtwo in the back, and I think Dialga could clean up pretty well. Let's see. They do bring... They brought a Mewtwo but swapped into their Melmetal really quick. And now I have to take both Mewtwo and Melmetal out with my Dialga. I know shield here. That's my own mistake, because for a second I forgot he doesn't have Rock Slide. So not a very strong play from my side here. Also, if I threw Thunder here, that may have killed already. Now I have to use 3 shields, and because I didn't shield the first superpower, I'm also in Side Strike range, right? I'm at 100 energy here. Thunder does about 50% on Mewtwo, so as soon as it hits the yellow, I need a little bit more farm here. As soon as it hit the yellow, I can throw Thunder and knock it out. But yeah, I tried to catch a Side Strike, and I failed doing so. He throws anyway into Zacian, but gets a little bit more farm, which is not great. Yeah, as you can see here, it barely doesn't hit the yellow, so very close. Also, just a bad play by me. I probably would not have been in Side Strike range if I just shielded those. So the first superpowers, right? Always keep in mind of your opponent's moveset if they're a little bit off, right? So that's I'm 2-0 behind right now. At this point in the bout, we needed 1 point to pull the victory, to get the victory. And I'm gonna run a line that's insanely weak to Primarina. Primarina can 2 shield through anything on my line here. I think a best buddy Dialga can barely get 2 Thunders. So I always get shield, and I feel like if I get shield, Zekrom can put in a lot of work, because Zekrom is better against Melmetal than Dialga is, right? Let's see. I lead Dialga into Mewtwo. I actually also predicted this kinda. And this is a good lead for me. Let's see what he does. He safe swaps into Landorus. This is a pretty kind of easy matchup for me, but I maybe should have swapped sooner. All I needed to do was to Dragon Breath him into Stone Edge range. Right, because he needs 2 moves, I need only 1. But he has some more energy, which is not what I like. I'll throw it... Actually, I wanted to sneak and come out with some more energy. I could threaten Mewtwo with some... with an Earthquake, you know. I could be really annoying with baits and stuff there. But yeah. So we're gonna do that. We'll have a lot of energy coming out of this, but he decides to shield here. And the thing I like the most about is Mewtwo can't even farm me down. So I feel very confident at this point. I'll throw another Stone Edge. If he wants switch here, I may actually give it to him, a farm down with Zekrom or something. But he lets it go, comes in with Mewtwo, throws basically immediately. Now, if it's Primarina in the back, it's still gonna be tricky. But I farmed up quite some energy with Dialga, so I'm in a pretty good spot. I'm expecting Melmetal though. Like Mewtwo double Dialga answer, that's what I'm expecting basically. And I think Chimo is being very smart here. I think what he's doing is very smart. He's probably trying to get shields down, so he can flash cannon my Zacian. He might be expecting my Zacian, because I think I brought it twice now, right? I brought it twice. I brought Dialga Zacian core every time. He does try to catch. It is the Melmetal. I'll get a few Dragon Breaths in. It's not really necessary, but it doesn't also change anything, because the thing is, you just don't throw your move with Zekrom until Melmetal is in the yellow. In level 40 Masters, Flash Cannon resists here, by the way, so because it doesn't have Rock Slide, Zekrom is pretty good here. I only lose if Mewtwo gets energy. Anyway, As I was saying, in level 40 Masters, Wild Charge does exactly 50% on Melmetal, and in level 50 it might do a little bit less, because Melmetal has more HP here. As you can see, it didn't KO actually, it needed one more Dragon Breath, so it does about 49, 48. Now I come out with a Crunch. If you mute through the Side Strike, I think they were 1 or 2 off though, or if they had it, then my Dialga would have finished. So that's a 2-1, sorry, a 1-2 here, 2-1 for Chemo. Very tough matchup for me there. Mewtwo is always strong if there's no Dark type, right? Or if there's no Giratina. So well played by Chemo. I'm glad with 1 point. Basically tried to make the most out of it. Could have had another point in both games, really, I think, honestly. But you know, you don't always play your best every week. So yeah, that's it. Hope you liked the video, and see you in the next one. Have a good one.